Oh, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess. And if you don't stop that right now, I'm going to your house and I'm putting breadsticks in your toilet and I'm telling your dad you did it so he hits you. But let's take a look at the knives I'm carrying this week. And this week, I'm dual wielding. I've got two knives. One of them, of course, I really want to play with, and the other one, we just need to get it out of the way. And the one we got to get out of the way is this Carimee right here, which was the second cheapest knife on Amazon at the time of purchase. So if you're new here, I like to occasionally find the cheapest knife on Amazon, shipping included, and run that thing and see how it do. And the last one I did was a $3 knife, and it was this guy right here. This thing was incredibly unsafe. It cut the balls out of me while opening it. The video is up there. I thought I could get away with it. I thought I could get away with not cutting myself with it, but it got me because I was holding it the wrong way up while I opened it. I took my revenge with fire and hammer. But I went for the second cheapest knife on Amazon, and this is a Carimee, and I don't know if there's any model name for it. It's just called the American knife for obvious reasons. But let's take a look at what we're holding because it'll bother you if I don't, and you know I spoil you. And first things first, and importantly, it's tip down. And I hate tip down, but we all live in sin. So we do have these aluminum scales, and they have the stars in here, and they have a recess in here with the red stripes. And this is a 3D shape for sure. This is recessed, and the stars, they're textured in, so you can feel them raised. I don't have a better way to articulate that thought, but we got a flipper tab, so let's flick the bean. And we got right at about 3 inches of unidentified steel, if memory serves. So we're going to carry this thing. We're going to see how it does. And, of course, let's take a look at the edge real quick on some copy paper, the end-all, be-all of sharpness testing. Yeah, the factory edge, she ain't good. Like, you can get her to do that cut at the very least. So we'll get the tester out while we do this and see what's happening here. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting carry. I'm only going to get a couple days on it before I come back to y'all because this one ain't that important, but I do want to see, what can be done. And, of course, right now you got the $5 storm pooper out there taking ass and kicking names. So this thing is definitely not going to stand up to that, and we're going to have to wait for a little while for the $3, $4 knife to come back into being something acceptable and not being demolished by something that is becoming less easily accessible, but is still far easier to access than I thought it would be by this point in time. So, let's check the edge on this thing, and 280. So that is a bad edge. Below 200 is good, below 150 is really good. The best I've done is 100 on the nose, so 280, not a great edge. I will say, this piece of crap, if memory serves, had a better edge. But we're still going to play with it, and we're going to see how it do. And we are going to throw it off to the side for a cardboard slayer session to see how it does on that. But that's a little bit later on down the road when I feel like doing something stupid. And, of course, the other one we're carrying is the Mossy Oak axis lock. I have to do it, especially getting this in before the holidays because, well, reasons. But let's take a look at this thing because it's bothered people when I haven't, which surprised me a little bit. I was just joking, but, first things first and most importantly, it is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. We have got injection molded polypropylene scales. We got an axis lock, and check this out, guys. I got to do an axis lock things. So, I just did a video on this, and you guys saw the pivot was ridiculously tight. It wasn't doing the axis lock deals, but I finally got it. I did have to tweak it a little bit, and I don't like doing that before I carry something. However, I did want it to do axis lock things, and now it does them. And, normally I am pretty unforgiving about having to work on a knife out of the box, but it still worked as a knife. It functioned. However, I wanted it to do better if I was going to carry it. And for the fudged $3.57, I'm not gonna hold it against it too hard. It's a ding, but not a huge one considering what we're dealing with here. And of course, if you haven't seen this yet, I fudged the numbers, $3.57. It came in a $25 set of 7 knives, and you break that down per knife, $3.57. So you guys that have been here know I love finding goofy crap like this and playing with it. So this one is getting carried, and it's getting its cardboard slayer as soon as that carry is over, because I just want to see what happens. And I do have it centrifugally opening, but it's a bit too stiff to get under the camera. Um, yeah, like it's stiff, but if I hold it and I actuate it like normal and spin it like normal, it centrifugally opens, which is great. And one thing that I do want to do with this is an experiment, and we have got nylon or Delrin washers in here, and I want to see if I can get some bronze washers in there and get it functioning a little bit more smoothly. I think I have some spare bronze washers floating around. If not, I'll take apart one of the garbage Timu knives and steal that one. But yeah, this and this are what I'm carrying this week. And of course, I have the Rocktall that, come to find out, is functionally identical and essentially a 100% clone of the Gerber Suspension NXT, which I apologize for. I don't like running clones on here. However, I spent the money on it and I'm already into carrying it, and I was into carrying it before I found out. And I had, I think, 2 videos on it, so we're gonna finish that off. I'm new to multi-tools, so I'm stumbling across clones and stuff and not knowing about it until after I do my videos. So, you guys know I like to show you what I'm carrying for the week before we carry it and what's coming up, and that's what's coming up from these guys. A couple of days on carry with this to see how it do. I'm going to tell you right now, the pocket clip being tipped down is a huge nuisance. I hate carrying tipped down, I really do. And of course, this one is getting a full week of carry. I am playing with this thing, and I'm actually going to have fun with it because, again, I love finding oddballs like this, just the super cheap stuff that may or may not be incredible bang for the buck. Just the fact that it's on an axis lock and it can do axis lock things and centrifugal open for, the $3.57 is fantastic. And no, I do not advise buying the whole set just to get this unless you have a reason for it. Like, I have a reason for it. Vajeos. But if you ain't got a reason for it, just pass unless you're a huge fan of Mossy Oak and just have to have it. So, that's what I have for you. I can't think of much else to add to this. This is just what's happening this week. So, all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Y'all keep coming in. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We have giveaways coming up. We got live streams and plenty of other activities. Comments and love some feedback. Let me know what you think about these things or your opinion on playing around with cheap crap like this. And all that being said, y'all have a nice day.